I actually met Fabian through a friend of mine. He's got a past like mine, you know. I was busted, I did time.
Fabian, remember the first time we met? Gnarly, right?
And I just seen Fabian, and he was like, ah, boom!
Anybody that gets out of prison, they don't need a hand out, they need a hand up.
My name's Fabian Alomar, and I'm from Los Angeles. Just to start off, I come from a gang environment. The influences I had were like my dad. At 14, he ruined his life by picking up a gun and going to YA for a murder. And then my brother, at 14 years old, did the same thing, picked up a gun and went to jail as a kid for a murder. Yeah, my father's been in and out of prison most of my life growing up, involved in drug dealings and drug usage, and we used to sell out of our house and stuff like that. You know, it was pretty bad growing up. It's weird because I used to never want to do that, and then like a late bloomer, I started using drugs while I was a professional skateboarder.
I'm still doing it. Money, but I don't give a fuck.
You just go skate, man, and you hang out in the streets. And that's what you do, you're on the streets all the time. And what do you do when you're on the streets? You get involved in street shit, you know? So I got into skateboarding that way, man. And I couldn't afford it, so we had to steal our first boards. I still remember this donut shop in Eagle Rock on Colorado Boulevard where these kids had these skateboards lined up outside. Me and my boy Juan, we'd come by real cool and shit, and we see the skateboards and we just get as many as we can. And all the kids that came out were like, with their haircut like Tony Hawk, you know, like, dude, what are you doing, bro? They chased us. It was crazy, man. Those are the Rat Nuts days. Like, we used to skate all around when skateboarding wasn't famous, when skateboarding wasn't popular. It wasn't televised and it wasn't so cool. Like back then, we were like a target. There was quite a few of us, and I was one of them that used to get his ass kicked a lot for fighting and sticking up for the crowd.
He's a fucking bitch. Your boy is gonna get fucked up. He's gonna get his ass kicked. He's gonna get fucked up. Yeah.
How I turned pro is kind of funny because we were all skating for Extra Large, but it was a guy named Kevin Hartel at the store who worked there, who was friends with Mark Gonzalez. Because Mark Gonzalez took a hiatus after video days. I guess he went to France or some shit, I don't know. When he came back, he told Kevin Hartel, I want to start a company. And I'm looking for some guys to start skating with and like get this company going. Kevin told him, hey man, there's a bunch of guys here that ain't really happy with their sponsors. And we were like, what? We're gonna skate with Mark? Just to skate with him was like, you know, just to skate with Mark Gonzalez was cool. Mark was always so like eccentric, and I didn't know what the hell he was like thinking. You can't predict him. He did some crazy shit too. Like he wanted me and Steven Callis to fight one time. I'm not gonna fight. And then he was like, come on, dude, I could kick your fucking ass. Like, I'll fuck you up, Fabian. I could fuck you up. I know I could. Come on. And he would hit me, and I was like, ooh, stop, Mark. I'm like, dude, fucking stop hitting me, motherfucker. I'm gonna end up fucking kicking my own hero's ass. It was cool, man. It was good skating for Mark Gonzalez. He actually turned me pro. So to say that, it's like, it says a lot, you know? Like, I was like, fuck, you want me to turn pro? You serious? You're gonna do my graphic? Long story short, me and Joey and Steven and Chico Brenes, we flew to New York for the first time. We were in Frisco. We left California on ATM Click. We came back, we were on Menace. I don't know how that happened, but Kareem got in the mix, and fucking, once Kareem got in there, we was like, shit, it sound good, let's do it, man.
Fabian, remember the first time we met? Fucking gnarly, right?
We probably met in like in a hotel somewhere. Like seriously, on tour.
Fabian was full on like, you know, LA, we just smoke a lot of weed, you know, drink 40s, and you just talk about skating, go clubbing. Things start to get hectic, and then it just keeps, you know, evolving. But it just seemed normal because you're with your friends, and you know, no one's getting hurt at that time, and you just think it's regular behavior.
We had no structure, man. We came from shit, and then now we got some money and a little status, and people make us feel good that we, because of how we skate. So, you know, it kind of changes your way of thinking sometimes, and you get lost in this little bubble that you're in, which is what happened to me. By the time 99 came around, 98, 99, I was already drifting off into the dark side of crime. I got away with robberies in the streets and carjackings. I got away with all kinds of stuff, you know. I've stabbed a bunch of people. I've been stabbed myself. I've got into so many fights. I was still a pro skateboarder. You know, my boards were still selling. I hadn't told Kareem or Rodney or nobody. They stopped paying me because I wasn't producing no more. No, I wasn't doing no more skateboarding. But I know that they were still wondering what happened to me. There was an incident that happened with my sister. I went to defend her, and I got the guy and fucked him up, put him in the trunk of the car, and we kidnapped the dude. I got pulled over by the fucking cops, the narcs, they all surrounded me, and I took off. And they got around me and they surrounded me in this alley, and I got busted for carjack, kidnap, robbery. They were on to give me double-digit numbers, like 20-some years. I ended up taking 7 years because of the skateboarding background that helped me, and I jumped on it fast. Boom, let's go, 7 years.
Every time you come out of any kind of institution, you're apprehensive about everything, you know. Well, what do you mean? And he's found his path. You know, this is what I want to do, as far as like working with people, looking to try to help somebody, you know, and hey, I'm gonna go over here, I got the skateboard I want to give this kid. That's my kind of person.